And the fact that we weren't on the stage to start the show.
I was about to say, like, I don't see us on stage at all.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Think about it. 9 times out of 10, when you go to the theater, you don't start on stage either. You know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody just flat out on stage like that. But with that being said, welcome to the North Carolina Tar Heels Live, people, Tar Heel Nation, all you good hooligans, somebody's granny who just happened to stumble upon us on YouTube. Thank you, Granny. Appreciate you watching us. And my name is Tornado McCray. My name is Myron McCray, one half of this podcast. And honestly, I'm also the captain of the Hooligan Express. But today it decided not to name me. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But that gentleman over there, that one, he is my co-host, and he is also busy. But he will introduce himself real briefly.
No, I'm not. Don't you give them people false hope.
What? You ain't going to introduce yourself to the people? Wow.
Yo, what's good? What's happening? How you living? It's your boy Ricebox 26, and we're back with another North Carolina Live. And remember, we're here with all the news that you want. And on top of that, yes, tricks for kids. And he is a grown child.
and you act as if I'm the only grown child who eats like you don't eat tricks.
First of all, we ain't here airing out people's business.
Oh no, you just aired out mine, so I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I didn't. No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. But y'all got a few things on the day's docket, got a few things that we must talk about. Honestly, we don't have to talk about them. Sometimes I think with this podcast and I'm thinking, what are we going to do with the off season? Like, what's our content going to be when it's not like signing day or anything? Are we going to take it more of a natural podcast and just talk about any and everything? Is that in the third?
I think we're just going to sit there and wait for all the Jordan news that's going to come down the pipeline because that's what's going to be it. It's going to be all of the off-season news.
Maybe, but one piece of off-season news that people are probably going to talk about is one of the few highlights Bills had so far this season is apparently Bill Belichick may be heading to the Hall of Fame. Nani? So for those of you who do not know, who are not informed, it has been announced that Bill Belichick himself has advanced to the final 12 coaches for the 2026 Pro Football Hall of Fame class. Others in this class do include the likes of Tom Coughlin, Mike Shanahan, George Seifert, Mike Holmgren, as well as Bill Arnsparger, Alex Gibbs, Chuck Knox, Buddy Parker, Dan Reeves, Marty Schottenheimer, and Clark Shaughnessy. And hey, big ups to him. Bro, so big ups to him. However, my issue with this whole process, and I did not know this until I read about it. So the way the coaches for the Hall of Fame is set up is, as it says right here, a blue ribbon committee will reduce the field to 9 semifinalists next month and eventually down to 1 finalist, right? Mike Holmgren earned that spot last year, but fell short in the final vote. The coach will be grouped with one contributor and 3 senior candidates. Between 1 and 3 of those 5 finalists will make it to the Hall of Fame based on getting at least 80% of the votes from the full committee. So essentially what they said, you can whittle it down to this one person. It can be whittled down to the one person who they say, all right, this year, this coach has the best resume and the best chance to make the Hall of Fame. And they still not put you in the Hall of Fame. Say what you want. That's BS to me, dog.
Yeah,
that's a load of horseradish.
Because like, why would you go through the whole process at that point? What's the point of having the process? If you're just gonna tell me,
I don't really feel like it.
Exactly. Like, I don't really feel like it.
I'm not feeling you this year, dog. Maybe next year. Maybe you'll win me over next year. And the bad
It's like
part is,
basically out of the 10 of us, 2 of us liked you, but the rest of us was like, yeah, maybe next year.
bro, because I feel bad for Mike Holmgren. Because think about it, he was selected last year. He was the finalist last year, not selected, and then this year he has to go up against Bill Belichick.
Like,
He's not getting
went
in
instead?
this year.
Like, who went instead last year?
Mike Holmgren. He was the
No, who went
finalist.
instead last year? If Mike Homer
Oh,
didn't make it,
actually, that is a good question. Let me look that up because now you got me curious. So, I want to know the final 12.
it was Dwight Freeney, Ryan Gradishar, Devin Hester, Andre Johnson, Steve McMichael, Julius
No,
Peppers, Patrick Willis.
nah, you got those are the players. I want the coaches. I'm looking at the coaches.
There weren't any. It's just all players.
No, I'm looking for the final 12 of the coaches. That's what I'm trying to look up. Because they have a coaches committee every year. They have a coaches committee every year. Like ain't no way you don't. So let's see. Like this is where is the I'm gonna find that coaches list because there's no way they don't. If AP has it for now, they gotta have it for last year. Like, but to me, it's just a wild situation to be in. To be like, oh hey, like, you know, maybe, just
So it
maybe.
was Tom Coughlin, Mike Holmgren, Frank Kilroy, Robert Kraft, Buddy Parker, Dan Reeves, Art Rooney Jr., Marty Schottenheimer, Mike Shanahan, Clark Shaughnessy, Lloyd Wells, and John Wooten.
Oh yeah. So you just screwed all of them over for another year. You just screwed all of them with the exception of Kraft, probably, because I think Kraft man got in or whatever. Okay.
Here's the wild part about it, right? Here's the wild part about it. Holmgren, Kilroy, Kraft, Parker, Reeves, Rooney, Shanahan, Shaughnessy, and Wooten were all reached that same stage that they were in class of 2023 too.
Bro, y'all, all right, y'all hoeing these, yeah, right, bro.
And Don Coriel was the coach that made it into in 2023.
Y'all hoeing. No, they dirty. They dirty. There's no way. There's no way y'all did this to them for a third straight year just to be like, oh yeah, by the way, Bill's eligible this year. So, hey Tom, them 2 Super Bowls you beat Bill, you're gonna lose this time.
I don't think Tom cares.
Tom does get to say. Tom is one of 2 coaches who gets to say he beat Bill Belichick in the Super Bowl.
Oh, Tom Coughlin.
Actually, how many Super Bowls Belichick go to? 8 with New England?
He went to 8, won 6.
Okay, so Tom Coughlin's the only one who can say he beat Belichick in the Super Bowl.
Yep, because it was supposed to be Tom Coughlin and Pete Carroll, except for that one thing. The one thing we'll never forgive him for.
Pete Carroll, do you understand there's a multiverse where I'm happy? Because you actually ran the ball on the 1-yard line?
Do you know there's a multiverse where 75% of the world was happy because he ran the football?
This is, you know what? I'm going to say this. The current timeline we're in is all because Pete Carroll didn't run the ball on the 1-yard line. What if that was actually the case? What if everything that's happened up to this day, everything since that day is all because Pete Carroll didn't run the ball on the 1-yard line?
Oh, no, I ain't trying to think that hard.
All I'm saying is there's a multiverse out there where that's true.
There is.
There's a multiverse out there where that's true, man. You think you think we'd be happy? You think we'd be You think it'd be like Avengers Endgame where we'd be living good?
I mean, you want to know a wilder statement than that?
No.
Get it anyway. Somebody online said that Patrick Surtain Jr. would lock down Julio Jones with ease and peak Julio Jones with ease. Everybody in the comments like, yeah, nah. I don't. Somebody said maybe 2 Patrick Surtains could guard Julio.
With ease is where I'm at. With ease is what's getting me. Like, is Patrick Surtain going to have moments where he does get the best of Julio here and there? Yes. But with ease is where you lose me. You know what I mean?
Somebody said peak. If somebody said Justin Fields was Julio Jones at quarterback, then yes.
Like I said, they lose me with the at ease part. Like, I'm not saying it's impossible. And think about it. If there's anybody you're going to say in today's day and age that could hold peak Julio Jones or could cover him, why not the reigning defensive player of the year? And think about it. He's the first corner to win that award since what? Revis?
I would think so.
Like, if there's anybody
wild about that, Revis could.
I was saying, if there's anybody,
Revis did great.
He did. That's what I'm saying. If there's anybody you're going to say in like the game right now to make that absurd statement, the only answer you could say is Patrick Surtain. You're not going to sit there and tell me current day Jalen Ramsey is holding him. I'm sorry. Absolutely not.
You know what the answer? You know what the answer should have been?
What?
We're not even going to have this comparison. We're not even going to have this talk. Are you okay? Is everything all right at home? Because now you're just talking nonsense. Nothing against Patrick Surtain. The man is good. The man is real good. But you talking about peak Julio Jones still during a time where you could get your block knocked off.
Again, with ease is what's killing me there. Like, I don't think it's impossible. No, but that's my thing. The term Patrick Surtain could guard Julio Jones, peak Julio Jones with ease? Absolutely not. Like,
I'm backing up your comment. I'm backing up your like with the ease part is what got me. I'm backing you up on this. I'm like, there's no ease in there.
There's no ease. If you said he could hold his own, I could give you that. Like, hold his own, yes. Is he still going to give up 100? Is he still going to give up 102 TDs? Yes.
I would say this: Patrick Surtain Jr. will be able to hold his own on like the second or third time he played Julio in a full game. Because that first time Julio's dog walking him. First time.
I'm saying this.
Will he start tightening up by the end of the game? Absolutely. Will stuff start changing up by halftime going to third and fourth quarter? Absolutely. But that first half, he's wondering who this man is.
Patrick Surtain II would definitely have a struggle at first. He definitely have a struggle at first. I don't think he would get as torched, but at the end of the day, Julio's still getting 130 on him and 2 TDs. Like, Julio's finishing the game with 130 and 2 TDs minimum.
Oh, listen, what you said he getting 203.
203.
200 receiving yards and 3 TDs.
I ain't gonna do Patrick Surtain that dirty now. Like I said, that is the rated that is the rated defensive player of the year, and I think that's slightly your Atlanta bias coming out. That's just me. Slightly, I think that's slightly
the Atlanta bias. Bump the Atlanta bias.
I know how good Julio is.
Julio Jones.
I know how. Sir, I was there too.
You should know better than anybody.
And guess what? Guess who wasn't guarding him? Guess who? I can tell you who wasn't guarding him. It wasn't Josh Norman because we didn't have him. I had Luke Kuechly trying to guard this man. So no, I know exactly how that goes down. When you don't have a corner, guess what he gave me? 300. When you have a corner, 150 to 2. But again, the reigning defensive player of the year and Patrick Surtain Jr. right now, not if this is first year Patrick Surtain, second year Patrick Surtain, even third year Patrick Surtain, he's getting torched for 200. After the fourth year, the reigning DPOY, I think he has a shot. Julio still getting 2 TDs? Julio still getting 130? Julio still getting 9 to 10 catches? But it is not getting to 200. I'm not going to disrespect Patrick Surtain like that. Now, any other DB right now? Any other DB in the league right now? Absolutely. Absolutely. Patrick Surtain is the only one that's holding him under 200. Only one. I'll make that claim right now. Patrick Surtain is the only corner right now in the game that can hold Julio under 200. I will make that claim right now. That's including J.C. Horn. That's including Jalen Ramsey right now. That's including name a corner right now that you can think of outside of Patrick Surtain the second, and I promise you, peak Julio Jones is torching him. So please don't get it twisted.
Patrick Surtain has a shot. I'm not arguing that. I wholeheartedly agree that Patrick Surtain Jr. has the absolute best shot out of any corner in the league at this point. Next closest to that is Derek Stingley Jr. is the next closest at corner. However, I'll give the numbers I'll give as my Atlanta bias. But I'm still saying he's closer to 200 yards than he is 100 yards.
Most I can see with Patrick Surtain is 175. That's the most I'm seeing. Like Julio's getting 175.
That's fine. We could agree on him getting 180 yards because I'm pretty sure he is. All right.
You know what?
Anyway,
load up the Madden and let's get to it. This ain't even a pro football podcast.
I mean, it's football nonetheless. Anyway, more outrageous statements coming out of this North Carolina Hulu documentary because contract talk is
stupid.
So, in other words, they found the contract. I wasn't even trying to do a transition with that, so don't even think about it too hard.
Oh. Honestly, I was just rubbing my temple. I was already expecting some transition of sorts. I wasn't even mad.
I wouldn't even try hard with this one. It's just the fact that this documentary has not died officially yet is ridiculous.
Of course not. Why would it?
Oh, because apparently word is that the documentary. Oh, I can't change the title card. I don't have that. I don't have that up.
I got you.
So apparently, word on the street is the documentary is set to air after the season's finished.
This documentary about to be ugly.
I mean, the record's about to be ugly. Yes, the production value is probably about to go through the roof.
This documentary about to be ugly.
So people were able to go and kind of find some of the contract details. One thing was that North Carolina was originally set to receive $250,000 from Everwonder Studio, who is the filming company that is, filming the documentary, doing interviews and such. Mm-hmm. And despite Hulu backing out, Everwonder has continued to film, but they plan to change the format from episodic to like a full, like feature film type situation.
Mm-hmm.
And that the contract included a talent contingency clause, which means that it allows either party to terminate the agreement immediately with written notice if Belichick declined to participate or failed to provide Everwonder with necessary permissions for his inclusion in the docuseries. So at any point in this agreement, if Bill decided, you know what, I don't feel like being a part of this, all he has to do is write on a napkin, I quit, and the whole thing's done with.
Nani?
Yep.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
And on top of that, the contract also stipulated that UNC shall exclusively and irrevocably own all copyrights in and to photographs, images, recordings, videotape, or film made by EW on university property that features the university, facilities, students, faculty, staff, and other affiliated persons or property. So, in other words, North Carolina holds all the rights to stuff that has, their name on it.
I mean, I would hope. That's why
Which
they trademark.
exactly you would hope.
That's why they. That's why they trademark. Like they think about it. They got Jordan trademark, and the bad part is they helped create Jordan. They don't even own that.
So why would I not want my property? Hey. Why would I not want the rights to my own property? And Bill's gone on the quote. And we've seen this quote before. It's like, it's still a work in progress. We're working through a few logistics on it. So no real update at this time, but there will be something, according to Bill Belichick. Filming was expected to run mid-August through October, but crews and cameras have not been seen at Belichick's press conferences or at any games since September. Yeah. So it still makes you wonder, okay, are you really shooting this, or are we just like,
they ain't shooting it?
Are we just BSing until something
they ain't shooting it. Hey, they really just waiting for him to at least make. Here's the thing. If North Carolina somehow makes a bowl game, they're shooting it. If North Carolina don't make it a bowl game, it's getting scrapped. I'm calling that now.
Because let's see here. According to what WRAL released, it said before the start of the 2025 season, UNC and Everwonder Studio entered into agreement allowing Everwonder to access the film and produce a documentary about the football program with the intent it would be a multi-episode series streaming on Hulu. UNC and Everwonder have paused production, but remain in contact with the possibility of continuing in the future. So while the docuseries is no longer planned, fans will still get an opportunity to see a documentary about the Tar Heel season thanks to WRAL's involvement. And what a season it has been.
Was that in there? Was that actually in there?
In the article, yes. And what a season it has been.
Now that's funny. That's funny. That is hilarious. He said, "What a season it's been."
Let's see here, and this is just on the field, as Belichick also confirmed a report saying that New England Patriots banned from North Carolina's facilities. An assistant coach was suspended for NCAA rule violations. In the extensive report from Pat Welter highlighted potential problems within the program. Welter reported that multiple sources with knowledge of the inner workings of Belichick's program say the results on the field are a product of a divided locker room, a disorganized coaching staff, and a failure to communicate. There are still 6 games remaining, but there will now be a documentary to capture however it plays out. So, So on Monday, WRAL in Raleigh, North Carolina, announced it will release a documentary on the Tar Heels 2025 campaign at the end of the year.
That just it sounds like it's gonna be bad, bro. It already sounds like it ain't gonna be great.
And it said North Carolina's contract with Everwonder Studio gave Belichick the right to end his participation with the documentary that was intended for Hulu. WRAL reported this show is no longer in development plans. So
basically they ain't got enough juice to make it episodic, so they have to make it to just essentially a 90 minute.
They're basically making it to a film, yeah. In other words.
They're like, you know what? Let's take what we got, scrap it together, 60 to 90 minute film, plot twist. It's a short film, so it's only 45 minutes.
In other words.
I promise you, if that's what they come out with, man. Like, think about that. If it's a short film, ooh.
No, especially if it's a short film.
If it's a short film, like they just turned it into like a 30 to 45 minute short film, I'd be pissed.
Straight to television.
Tubi.
Nah.
Why
Pluto.
not? Oh God, you might as well just go.
Oh, you think Belichick's gonna watch? He's gonna let you watch his documentary for free?
Yeah.
Or my bad. You think Jordan's gonna let Belichick show his documentary for free?
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Jordan, bro. Speaking of Jordan.
Oh Lord.
I saw something this weekend that I should. I'm gonna say this, bro. Is Jordan the greatest basketball player of all time? Yes. I don't care what nobody says. He's the greatest basketball player I've ever watched all time. Sir, why are you charging $1,800 for a bottle of tequila, Jordan brand bottle of tequila? And that's with $700 off. That's on clearance. That's on clearance. And I heard somebody say, hey, yo, I tried it. It's just tequila. It's like Caracal or something like that.
Sincoro tequila.
Bro, it was at the store. $1,800. And that was on clearance.
5 rival NBA team owners, Emilia Fazzarelli, White Grosbeck of the Celtics, Jeannie Buss of the Lakers, Michael Jordan of the Hornets, and Wes Edens of the Bucks met for dinner. That night, they bonded over their shared love for tequila as Sincoro was born, combining Cinco for 5 and Oro for gold. Sincoro symbolizes their mission of creating the gold standard in tequila with a taste that is irresistibly smooth, rich, and delicious. Sincoro tequila is an exceptional tequila experience.
Bro, they said like, yeah, we knew a dude who tried it. He said it was just basic. He said it was just tequila. I said just tequila for $1,800. I need that to have me off my rocker.
I'm looking at these. I'm looking at these bottles. Oh yeah, nah, that's why y'all tripping.
I need that to have me off my rocker from the smell alone, dog. Like, what are we talking about here? I said, Jordan, you crazy. You crazy. Ain't no way.
Let's see here.
And I just realized you might have been talking about Bill's Jordan and not UNC Jordan.
I was talking about Bill's Jordan.
Ha!
Okay, yeah. I don't know what he was selling for $1,800 a bottle. Their Blanco goes for $55.
Bruh. It was some, I don't know what version it was.
And for $100, I can personalize it.
Right.
I can buy it right now. It'd be here in 2 days.
All right.
Hold on. Let me see. It
was Sincoro extra and Anejo tequila.
Oh, the Añejo and Cristalani.
Yeah. That's what it was.
That looked like some expensive joint right now.
That's what it was. Because, bro, when I looked at that, I said, ain't no way.
I don't care if it's available at this address or not. I want to know what the price it is.
Yep, found it. Found the bottle.
Oh, yeah, I found it. I'm on the website.
Anywho, sorry about that, y'all. Like, I had to get that off, bro. I had to tell you because I forgot to tell you about that. I was like, bro, you got to hear this. As soon as you said Jordan, I was like,
the Sakura Founder Series Extra Añejo. Yeah, that Jake is $15.67. It's some change.
Bruh. Absolutely not.
First of all, why in the world is Reserve Bar selling the Blanco for more than the actual website is?
I don't know.
It's a $20 markup.
You gotta love it.
That's a $20 markup. Y'all are tripping. Anyway,
gotta love it.
Anyway,
speaking of things I will no longer be a part of and no longer buy, Price Yates understands that as he's no longer with the team.
He said that. So, speaking of prices.
Speaking of prices, Price Yates, unfortunately, is no longer a part of the team. However, His situation is different than another individual that we'll talk about here shortly because Bryce Yates is leaving due to injury. So, for those who don't know, it was confirmed today, well, yesterday, he's no longer going to be with the team due to ongoing concussion symptoms. He did not travel this weekend with the team to California, and he's actually missed the first 4 games of the year due to it and only played 30 snaps in the Clemson game, logging 3 tackles. Bad part is he suffered the concussion in training camp back in August, and even Bill kind of gave a status on him back in September. He was like, "Yo, it's definitely hard to put a timetable on it. I know Yates is working hard to be back, and I know that our medical staff is doing the same thing. We'll just have to kind of take it day by day and see how things progress. But when he's ready, he'll be ready. And I know he's doing everything he can to be ready. He just hasn't been cleared yet." And unfortunately, this is one of those situations I hate for the young man because he was preparing, ready to rock and roll. He was one of the transfers that came in through the portal from Connecticut. He was a standout out there trying to just play for his final season. And you suffer a concussion a month before the season starts, even a few weeks before the season starts. And it's an ongoing concussion, not even one that's like, okay, I'm going to just sit out the rest of the week and I can be back next week. But like you're suffering from ongoing symptoms. And that sucks. That sucks. And I feel bad for him.
Like, I hate that for him because, especially when it comes down to this concussion stuff, like you can never be too careful with it. And then when you have certain ones like this that keep you from being able to play the game that you enjoy playing, I hate it for you. Now I hope that by this time next year we ain't got to he's back with the team and we ain't got to worry about it. Or at least he's made better, or at least there's been a decision made.
Do you think you get a medical exemption for that? Do you think they give him?
I think you should. I think he should. I don't see why he wouldn't.
I think it depends on if he wants to come back, but also if the risk is worth coming back. Because,
right. Like I hope by this time next year he's I hope he's either back with the team or they've made a decision based off of like, okay, what's better for his health, whether he comes back or doesn't.
I hope this isn't the type of concussion that makes him medically retire. And to me, I think if he is cleared and there is enough interest in him, I would tell him to go straight to the draft and get to his dream. Like if there's enough interest garnered in him, there are enough teams that want him and want him to be like, hey, yo, we'll take you right now. We know you had the concussion last year, but we still want to draft you. I would say go ahead, get to the league, take and do what you got to do rather than potentially risk another year in college and get another concussion there and you don't get to live out your dream. You know what I mean?
My answer to that would be go the coaching route.
So even if he's cleared, you don't think he should go?
If depending on how long the recovery comes from this, and let's say it takes him like 6 months to get back right. If it takes you 6 months to get back right, go the coaching route. Don't even risk coming back on this field and this happening again, and it's even longer. Like if people make an impact on the field, make the impact on the field from the sidelines. Change other guys' lives. Be the reason why they get to do what they got to do, because there are some dreams worth taking the risk for. This is one of those that could potentially change your life for the worse.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think with recent bad news we had, like with the Doug Martin situation, this game changed that man's life.
Have they said how he passed yet?
So they said he ended up passing after he was being restrained from the police because he broke into somebody's house. Now his family member said he has been dealing with some mental stuff.
Mm-hmm.
and that what I think they said what had happened was he was at the house. They got into some kind of, I guess, disagreement or whatever. He
Yeah.
goes off and just leaves the house. And next thing they know, he's breaking into a neighbor's house, two houses down. Police come in, they try to restrain him. They get into some kind of like slight. He starts resisting a bit, and they get him into the car and get him to the station. I guess where he ends up. They have some kind of no, not even at the station. They end up having some kind of altercation where paramedics and all that come out, and he ends up passing at the hospital, I think, or on the way to.
Mm.
At least that's just from what I heard on the story. So like I like prayers out to his family for sure, because I don't know what's going on, but I hate to hear that.
I see your point for going the coaching route. I do see your point there, and depend on the recovery. Yeah. Depend on how much this has been your dream. Yeah. I still think if it's viable, if it's possible, at least being able to say you made it. I got drafted. I made it. I can retire now. X, Y, and Z. Because we both know that first. We both know like OTAs and rookie training camp, they're not hitting like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you wouldn't know up until June. And that first time when you hit that first day or whatever the case may be, if it doesn't feel right or you automatically know in the back of your head before you even get hit that you're not committed to making hits like you used to, the moment you know you had that hesitation, that's when you announce your retirement. Like the moment, I think for any athlete, especially I know, for example, Formula One drivers talk about this. The moment you are hesitant to make a move with that car, or the moment you're hesitant, you're not full send for what you want to do, is the moment you need to step out of it. Like the moment you have fear of doing something in that car, you got to step out because now you're putting yourself in danger and you're not going to make the right move.
That's it.
And not only are you putting yourself in danger, you're putting others in danger. So you don't want to sit there and make a false step or make a miscalculation and that be the reason why you end up injured or why you end up hurt again rather than being fully committed the way you know. Because you and I both know, like playing flag football, whole lot different. And honestly, I've gotten hurt more playing flag football than I ever did playing padded football. Because in flag football, I had to stop myself more abruptly from doing certain things that I did in a regular football field.
Right.
Like, I'm not grabbing. It's like on a regular football field, I'm hitting, wrapping up, and everything. Flag football, I'm grabbing with my fingers. A regular football field, if I'm playing safety, I see somebody crossing the middle, I can go for the interception, or I can go right through this guy. Flag football, I can't go through him, so now I have to abruptly stop, which can put me at risk, depending on how bad the field is, for tearing a ligament or messing up my knee. And I know people always say, flag football is a safer alternative. Not when you played the normal version of that sport for so long. When you're so used to doing it one way, and then you start when you're told to do it a different way and it doesn't work out, you can injure yourself more. So I get what you're saying. If the recovery takes too long, or in my case, if you are not the same guy that you are the first day you have to go full send, retire and go coach. I can agree with that.
And then I know this is like some side information, but for the Doug Martin situation, it says reports say Oakland police were responding to reports of a home break-in just after about 4:15 in the morning. The police were called out about a person who had broken into the home near Oakland Zoo and simultaneously were informed that the suspect was experiencing a medical emergency. And his agent has shed some light from the statement talking about Doug's parents were actively seeking medical assistance for him, and he contacted local authorities for support. Feeling overwhelmed and disoriented, Doug fled his home during the night and entered a neighbor's residence 2 doors down, where he was taken into custody by police. An investigation into what transpired as he was detained is underway. And the police department responded with, upon arrival, officers located the individual inside the residence. While attempting to detain the individual, a brief struggle ensued. After being taken into custody, the individual became unresponsive. Paramedic personnel arrived, provided medical aid, and transported the individual to an area hospital for further support or further treatment. Unfortunately, the individual later died at the hospital. So yeah. So they haven't fully.
That seems a little. I get he might have had CTE and stuff, but the fact that a struggle ensued and then he became unresponsive, but this. All right. So I feel like there's a piece of information there, but I don't know.
And that's what they're investigating right now. So we can't really say one way or the other. I know saying feeling overwhelmed and disoriented is one thing. He could possibly been having some kind of stroke. It could be anything. So
right.
So like as of right now, it's just we do. What I pray for is nobody was at fault. It was a legitimate medical emergency, and the exasperation of the struggle is what caused the problem, is what I'm hoping.
Same.
Like I'm hoping there was no misconduct by anybody one way or the other.
I'm hoping,
because feeling overwhelmed, oriented, and then you have police coming in to get you with lights and flashlights and all that stuff on. If you're having a mental emergency, those can be some triggers.
Oh yeah, that can trigger you for real. That could trigger you for real.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that happen. I really do.
I can tell you for real. But then, and then not only that, we have to talk about the other individual who is no longer with the UNC football team, and that is freshman tight end. Did I say tight ear?
You did say tight ear. Man can't hear nothing.
I swear, when I do these, I'm not even tired, dog, but when I do these core videos for us, like rice box core and then tornado core, like these, I swear, the clips I'm gonna find are gonna be hilarious. Like, did I say ear? Did I say tight ear?
Tight ear?
Because it just cuts into that. But no freshman tight end, Yasir Smith.
Yasir. Said Smith's no longer part of the program. 6'5", 265 tight end, did not appear in any games this season, and actually never visited UNC prior to enrolling. Was widely expected to sign with ECU up until an extended offer, or an offer was extended by UNC 2 days before National Signing Day. He also had offers with ECU, East Tennessee, Florida Atlantic, Georgia State, and Charleston Southern.
Shout out my alma mater. Not really, because I'm joking. They all right. They cool.
Whatever, man.
I got my degree from there, so hey.
Whatever.
That's the school I went to. That's what I say.
That's the institution.
That's the institution I attended. I feel like alma mater is reserved for like schools I loved. It's like if I attended there and I loved that school, like if I went to State or Claflin, I'd say my alma mater. Charleston Southern is like, listen, bro, I went there.
Listen, y'all gave me money. I went there.
Yeah.
This is what
y'all gave me money. I went there. I got my degree. That's what it is.
It is what it is. And you know what else it is? You know what else it is? Doing what it won't, how it is, blah, 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 blah.
He ain't even know how he was
translation's dead. I'm not even trying to continue it the right way. I was like, is
that what you were trying to get to?
Yep. So I was like, listen, I was just abandoning the whole thing. Like it messed up as soon as I got to the is what it is. It was done. But honestly, he should have been done because, to me, in my opinion, North Carolina played better when Hawkins was suspended.
Get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
Get the bomb out of here.
Get him out of here, Austin.
So as y'all can see by the title card there, Armand Hawkins, cornerbacks coach, has been reinstated to the coaching staff by UNC after serving a brief suspension for violating NCAA rules of giving extra treatment or, preferential treatment to certain players.
Extra treatment. You get an extra sock. You get an extra pillow.
Extra tickets. Extra field passes. So basically, according to Belichick, the university cleared him. They went through their process with him, and he's back, according to Belichick. And the university has said that Hawkins would remain on leave as the athletic department investigated other potential acts detrimental to the team and the university, which ended up with Hawkins missing the California game. I don't know exactly what the other detrimental things were. They didn't give me a list, but they did say WRAL did learn that Hawkins had a verbal conflict with a player that affected the player's playing time against Clemson. So it could be.
It depends on what was said because you and I both know if you come at a coach the wrong way during the game, he will bench you.
Oh, this was apparently, from what it seems like, this was prior to the game. They got into an argument prior to, and it affected his playing time by game time. So I don't know. So whatever was said, it was enough to get your playing time cut.
Woo!
Whoever it was. And then, around the time he got suspended, the school released a statement talking about North Carolina assistant football coach Armand Hawkins has been suspended for violating NCAA rules related to extra benefits. He will remain on leave as the Department of Athletics further investigates other potential actions detrimental to the team and the university. So I'm guessing basically doing their investigation, they didn't find any other detrimental actions. So they're like, okay.
Investigation, UNC or the NCAA?
Oh, of course UNC did it. NCAA's investigation was we found out that you out here.
No. What in the Red Bull helmet Marco Christian Horner are we doing here? It's like, I'm going to investigate myself. I did nothing wrong.
Well, no, it was the athletic department that was doing that.
Nah, bro. I'm not. I, ladies and gentlemen, am not going to concede to that because it's like, hey, yo, it's like, listen, who's in trouble? Your friend. Listen, you got to go sit in the corner. You can't be doing that no more. It's like, don't you think he should be suspended for more than that? No, we're doing it.
Yeah, so basically, now it's basically like one of those things of, because it's just like when a police officer does something wrong. They're like, you know what, we're going to investigate ourselves.
I feel like that was the worst analogy you could have pulled.
Is it though?
Yes, for a lot of reasons.
The fact that these same departments investigate themselves, just like North Carolina investigated their own athletic department. How the athletic department going to investigate the athletic?
That's why I said Red Bull, Christian Horner, and Helmet Marko, because that's exactly what Red Bull did with Christian Horner and that whole scandal he had.
But guess what? Christian Horner got fired.
No, he didn't. He didn't get fired for that.
But he got fired.
But it wasn't for that.
They literally the team.
No,
the team.
No, here's the thing. We are talking about investigating yourself. When they investigated him and they came back, they said we found no issues. He was fired this year for something else. It was not because of that scandal.
Once again,
it was not because of the scandal.
I don't care. The fact of the matter is, either way, they found something else and was like, you know what? This is more detrimental than
it's called Max Verstappen didn't like him. Didn't like the direction they were going.
Either way, he got fired.
This is not because he was investigated by any means.
Either way, you got fired. He got brought back. Like certain, like I said,
and once again, got brought back.
Christian Horner's not with the team.
No, I'm saying when that investigation happened last year, He got brought back after the investigation was up. Actually, the man never even lost his job.
But does he have the job now?
That does not pertain because we're talking about the investigation
The
period,
point of the
not
matter
current.
is,
No,
the point of the
no,
matter
it
is,
doesn't because you're trying to. We're talking about the investigation period. I'm talking specifically about investigation.
Even investigation period, it's still all the same.
No,
It is.
no, it's not because you're saying all right. No, Watch. This is how it's the same. I promise you. I promise you I can break this down. I promise you. I promise you you're missing what I'm saying. I promise you're missing what I'm saying.
Shut up for a second.
No, you're missing me.
You said something in the comments. Shut up.
No, you're missing it. I thought I saw somewhere that offensive lineman Boone was no longer with the team.
Yeah, that's all. I think we talked about that about 2 weeks ago, where I think he was the other lineman that left.
Oh yeah, they did. I think we did talk about.
I think it was Boone. Hold on one sec, because we put up because it's on the channel. It is on the channel somewhere.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da. I know it's on there somewhere.
Because since I got logged out and stuff, I don't have access to show up nothing.
You ain't even got access on YouTube?
I got access to the YouTube. Yeah.
Okay. I was about to say you should still have access to the YouTube.
No, I don't have access to show like comments or none of that stuff over here.
Oh, no worries. I got you for now.
Let's see, where is it? Yeah, so it was under our September 24th video, like our basically back in September.
Woo!
So let's see here. No, so Trayvon Green left. Boone has not left, as far as we know.
Did Boone leave?
So hold on, let me see here.
Did we miss that? I hope not. The mystery.
Yeah, William Boone.
Oh Lord!
So no, I appreciate you two for that. As of 2 hours ago.
Oh wow!
William Boone is
team.
In South Carolina, informed on Tuesday, Boone last played North Carolina against Richmond, exiting the game early with an injury. Boone was born. Let's see here.
Shout out,
he was 14 at 4 seasons. Picked him up from Prairie View A&M. 6'3", 40. Signed with Tars in January. Boone played and started UNC's first 3 games. Played 98 snaps. Played just 5 players on the offensive line on Friday against Cal, Chad Lindbergh, Ja'Kai Moore, Austin Blaskey, Daniel King, and William Osteen. In total, 12 offensive linemen have seen the field for UNC this season, and 9 have made at least 1 start. King and Moore are the only players who have started all 6 games. UNC started the same unit on offensive line in the last 2 games.
Shout out to Thinker for being on it, bro. Hey, you gave us the most updated probably comment we've had in a minute.
Oh, Caleb Hood left too.
What?
Yep, Boone is the 7th confirmed mid-season departure for the Tar Heels. Isaiah Johnson, Trayvon Green, Paul Billups, Caleb Hood, Yasir Smith, and Price Yates, who also left team earlier this season.
Why do I feel? Did I talk about Caleb Hood? I may not have talked about it. I don't know.
We did not talk about Caleb because we talked about Green and we talked about Billups, and we just now are talking about Smith and Yates. So no, we didn't even know Boone or Hood left.
It is getting
spooky. Which answered my question the other night. I was wondering what happened to him. because we've been seeing Damon June, Goss, and Hall.
Yeah. Spooky hours for North Carolina. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, this is the stuff you worried about. This is stuff we worried about, though.
I mean, we talked about it earlier in the year. If they start losing consecutive games like this, what's going to happen? You know,
that's exactly what we said. As soon as that all this started going sideways. Now, I'll admit, from the looks of it, like, I don't know if it was a situation of some of the distraction is gone now, or what? Because we both said, watching the game Saturday, not Saturday but Friday, they looked better.
They did look better, but it's also it could be two things can be true, like you like to say. The distraction could be gone, but that also could just be the better team now because you have the players who are locked in, or that just may have been the best fit for the team. They may have grown, they may have just locked in and be like, dang, our best players are leaving us. We just got to go out and try. This is all we got type of energy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because sometimes, even when you,
because there's no real informational like why, but I didn't expect to see any like real reasons as to why.
If I had to guess, Caleb Hood. Well, dude, Caleb Hood. Yeah, I would assume Caleb Hood to be. I would assume it may be playing time. And even then, I don't think he played in an. Did he play in all
5 games? The first touchdown of the season.
I know he scored the first one. I'm saying, did he play in all 5 games? Because remember that rule
I know
we saw at the beginning is like if you play in 4 or less, that you can keep the season.
You're still redshirted. I think he's played in 3. Because I've seen him. I saw him in first game. Mm-hmm. He was in the game against Charlotte. Mm-hmm. And I think he played a little bit against Richmond. But I think that was mostly Damon June at that point.
So hey, we're gonna see how it goes, man. We're gonna see how that goes.
Indeed.
And just gotta ask, with all that, what have we learned about UNC, Joel? What have we learned, sir?
That we are in trouble. Well, so what we learned about UNC after the loss to Cal was, one, Lopez looked unsure in his return. There was like I said, I was surprised when I saw it. I was like, oh.
I said,
okay,
oh.
Be here.
All right.
This was going to be Max. And they even said it themselves in the article. It's like, when you leave into it, it's like, sure, he didn't throw any interceptions, but he had several close calls in the first half. Because it was an underthrown pass to Lee.
That first half was so shaky. Like the first
should have got interception for.
Bro, it was just like, oh, first quarter, this ain't about to be good. Because he had that fumble in the first quarter.
Yeah, what's his name had that fumble on that swing route.
Yeah, they had the fumble in the first quarter.
Then, like I said, then he almost threw. He said that with under 5 minutes left, almost throws an interception to Massis in that point. Said throughout the game, his decision making and accuracy just looked wary. Said midway through second quarter, plenty of time on the clock. Looked past an open Jordan Ship in the middle of the field and fired deep instead, and way past Chris Culliver. Pass was nearly picked off in the end zone. Another clutch call just under 2 minutes left in the half, and another throw downfield had another hold your breath moment for the Tar Heels. Lopez's pass intended for tight end Jake Johnson was broken up by Massis. Defensive back is forced to be reckoned with throughout the game, threw his hands on his helmet in frustration for missing the interception. So he finished 18-34, 53%, threw for 174, and has yet to throw over 200 yards this season, which we've talked about before.
No, neither one of them have thrown for 200 yards this season.
And like I said, I can't fully blame Max for that part. Nah. Those first couple of games. I think if he had that team that we looked at against Cal Friday night, he probably would have threw for 225.
Max would have threw for 225, and quiet as it's kept, might have had us up. He probably won that game. And in the fourth quarter.
We also had flawed fundamentals. That fumble on the first snap didn't inspire much
I'm gonna say
confidence.
this: we have flawed fundamentals on offense. Defensively, the main fundamental I gotta give credit where credit is due. Them boys were actually wrapping up.
Defensively they looked much better.
Defensively, they looked a lot better, and they looked like they were not lacking the fundamentals that we've seen over the last god awful weeks. Because
U2 says this weekend will determine if the improvements are real. True.
Facts. Because it's like, bro, defensively, when I looked at it, they were wrapping up and not only gang tackling at the line of scrimmage, but also open field tackles. They made several clean, just one-on-one open field tackles I like. Coverage-wise, albeit still shaky at times, a lot better. They actually looked like they could play corner and safety.
Because they were getting beat underneath more often than they were getting beat mid to deep.
That's what I'm saying. Like underneath,
it was
getting beat underneath. That's just okay. They dunk it down to the check down route, and now this is just a speed and athleticism versus speed and athleticism. Who's quicker to get to the edge?
Because it's either they're checking it down because there's nothing downfield, or they're designing it on purpose to get quick, like get short quick yards, or try to get their fastest guy out in space.
Get him out in space. That way he can make a move, get an extra 3 forward. Maybe 10 yards, depending on if he can like weave his way down the line.
Let's see here.
Whereas the last
Argo say after that first snap fumble, say after a 3-and-out on the next offensive possession, it began his third drive with a pre-snap penalty, false starts, failed to get past the chains on the remainder of the drive. Belichick has preached fundamentals throughout his tenure in Chapel Hill. He said in his press conference on Monday he felt the team had a good week during the bye. Belichick said he saw improvement on the field from a fundamental standpoint, but drop passes and mental lapses still plagued the Tar Heels at various points. Like no further than the unnecessary roughness call on DeAndre Robinson late in the first quarter, which put Cal in the red zone. 2 plays later, Bears scored with Jaron Sagapatole. Completed a short pass to Jacob to Jesus, putting him up 14-7. Added to his lead early in the third thanks to some defensive lapses. Used his wheels to evade multiple UNC defenders and sneak into the end zone 5 minutes into the second half. A few plays later, in the 3rd and 9, Marcus Allen, who slotted in the top corner spot with Thad Dixon out, was called for pass interference. Moved Cal to the 2-yard line, where running back Raphael Kendrick scored to put up 21-10. Although North Carolina eventually clawed back in the game, these unnecessary penalties proved costly, which I agree. I mean, and then the last thing we did learn is that they actually looked competitive.
Yeah, and like I said, they came close. They were right there, had a chance to win the game, and that's the biggest thing to me. They put themselves in a position to still win that game, and actually had a opportunity to win the game
for the first time we've seen all season.
Exactly. Against a legitimate team, against a legitimate Power 4 team, you put yourself in a position to win the game.
Because so far, like people have, like I said, so far the expectations have been rock bottom the last 3 weeks.
SpongeBob rock bottom.
SpongeBob rock bottom.
It's been bad. It's been bad. So I am all for that, man. I don't think there's anything bad about that. But hold up.
And they said, and so in the first games back since UNC's quarterbacks coach was suspended for NCAA violations, general manager Mike Lombardi made headlines for preseason fundraising trip to Saudi Arabia, and the Tar Heels were accused of having a divided locker room. North Carolina competed. That, for now, is a sign of progress.
It's a sign of progress, but did it flip a narrative?
I know one person that didn't meet Archo's.
I gotta ask it, like artichoke.
It didn't meet his angle, apparently. Missed it by a few degrees.
What's he saying? He's like, he ain't with it.
Listen, he said the Tar Heel fans in the stands at the Cal game were crushed after their team seemed to be that close to feeling good about themselves, even if it was just for a moment.
Mm.
And, because all the off-field drama that didn't bode well for fans, whether it was Lopez's car crash, Hawkins' suspension, the divided locker room dilemma, or Lombardi's trip to Saudi Arabia not too long
Hey,
before the
already went to
UFC
Saudi Arabia.
Lombardi went to Saudi Arabia for a preseason fundraising event.
I don't know how we missed that one.
Listen, I feel like that's new information.
I feel like that's very new information because I feel like that would have been a huge the reason why I say I feel like that's new information because we found out about Bill's trip on the bye week to with Jordan.
Yeah. Instead of being with your team and coaching them their
Instead of
team.
being with the team. So we're like, how'd you go to Saudi Arabia and nobody knows?
Now you talk about you guys predicting an upset. No.
What, this week?
No, I'm not predicting an upset.
Versus Virginia?
I am predicting I'm predicting more competitive.
I'll put a box on it. Nah, honestly, I won't. I'm not.
I'm about to say that's $6 you ain't never getting back.
hey, listen, cereal is expensive nowadays, dog. Man, you don't understand. Cereal and milk is expensive nowadays.
Listen, we're not out here predicting upsets. Neither the Artichoke over here. His score prediction was 27-7. He didn't even think they were going to make it into double digits. So he was surprised that they were even actually competitive. He said the positives was that Lopez was able to find other targets that weren't Jordan Ship.
Kobe Paysour had a great game.
And that Paysour had the best game of the season.
Yeah.
So that's opening up more options on the offense other than just Jordan Ship and whatever you have as a running back in the backfield.
It's like, who's back there? I don't know.
And on top of that, Paysour actually had the season high in receiving yards this past week.
Yeah, because he had
for the team.
I want to say.
Which honestly is saddening. He said, "I'm debating."
I mean, based off of how our passing game is look, I don't think it's saddening.
It is saddening. It is very saddening that 101 yards is your season high. That's sad. Is your team high receiving yards,
sir,
in 6 weeks,
sir? I'm just trying to be a positive outlet over here and take what I can get. I've been mediocre for a good amount of time in my football life.
Listen,
I know how to take some wins when I can get them.
And that's fine. I'm not saying it's not a win. It's a sad win, but it's a win nonetheless.
What you gonna sit there and let me cry in the corner with happiness? Can I be
Feels
there?
like a consolation prize, but it's a win nonetheless.
Hey, listen. More like a constellation prize. I got a star. Let me have that.
No.
Core moment.
That man, constellation prize. No. Sit down.
Yes. Yes. But if you're not, here's my thing.
I'll say this.
You ain't predicting an upset, but you said we got ways to victory, bro. Like I'm saying, like, what's up?
There are ways to win this game. One of the ways to win this game
is not have him coach.
I mean, yes, definitely. Take Hawkins off the coaching staff because, like I said, they played better without him.
I was talking about you.
I mean, yeah, don't have me coach either because my team's getting cut by the end of the game. We got here acting for.
If he's calling the offense, we're in trouble. If he's calling the defense, we might be solid.
And speaking of, like, I actually got a skills assessment thing I got to do Saturday.
For your job?
For basketball.
Oh. So you can be a bad ref again? Them kids ain't travel.
No. So I can be an aggressive coach. They didn't call me the ref in a minute. And first of all, I'm not a bad ref.
Hire me as an assistant, bro. I'll help you get them right.
I mean, you got to show up to practice.
I'll show up virtually.
when you're not doing something else.
I'll show it virtually. I promise. But
all right, but no. So they're saying one of the keys to victory: feed the hot-handed running back. Benjamin Hall, 14 carries, 68 yards, and a touchdown last week.
Are these your keys to
They're already
victory or
saying
these
like
the other
Damon June. Now they're saying like Damon June is a future starter, but they think they're basically saying Belichick needs to continue to give the most experienced back more carries. And they're saying that Benjamin Hall is the most experienced back you got. Keep giving him the rock. Let Damon June still eat, but give the bigger plates to Benjamin Hall.
Man, listen. That makes sense.
Which, I can't argue. The man looked good. Like he's looked good the last couple of weeks. He just hasn't gotten the carries to really showcase it.
The other one they said was continue to look at Kobe Paysor, bro. Because obviously, as we just talked, six catches, 101 yards, a single game high. As much as it's a sad win, it's a win nonetheless. It's like tough. It's tough for Paysor to replicate this type of production. Honestly, it's tough for any of our receivers to replicate that with the way our passing game has been all season. But if Lopez or Johnson find a way, I believe more likely Max than Lopez. Hey, offense should follow. And to be honest, as much as the run game is a step, we need to establish the run game. If that were to happen, or if we were to have two receivers start going off, that would actually open up a lot.
Oh yeah, that man
stuff.
That you'd have more. It's like you'd have more teams. It would force more teams to back off into zones instead of just continuing to go man and throw all kinds of pressure at you left and right. If you got two guys that can go off at any given time, that helps your pass game.
They have to back off, go zone, which opened up more zone holes for your other receivers and your running back leaking out the backfield. But then it also opens up the line of scrimmage so you can run downhill, get in between the tackles, hit the second level, and boom, you're gone.
And in situations like that is when you got tight ends that'll eat.
Oh, for sure.
Like Jack Johnson can start going off, all that. Like Leacock can start going, all that. They also said, hold on to the football. -3 turnovers against Cal. It's hard to win when you turn the ball over. So without those turnovers, the game looks entirely different. And if UNC takes care of the ball against Virginia, an upset is significantly more possible. So if you can keep a clean game, don't turn the ball over, be productive, rely on Reese Verhoff, rely on your kicker.
I was about to say the kicker. Like,
yeah,
I get it.
Anytime they've given an opportunity to kick, the man makes the kick most of the time.
I want to know how long he can kick, because I feel like we haven't tested like his full strength or his full distance.
Like I said, they haven't given him the opportunity.
I say try it.
Because anytime they get, I guess you would say close to his range, they end up having to punt it. I look at it like, let the boy kick it.
Let's see how far it can go.
And like at the end of the day, if you're down 30 points,
might as well.
You feel like you're in range. Let him kick it.
Hey, 30-3 is better than 30-0. Just saying.
At least there were some points put on the board, and the last note they put up was the offensive line needs to have a stronger showing. I don't think any of us disagree with that.
Was Baker Instagram post saying he's now the number 2 quarterback? Oh, Bryce Baker? Hold up. Let me go check. Bryce Baker. So the Bryce Baker 2, let's see. Oh? I don't know if it's saying he's so let's see.
Bryce Baker, the big playmaker.
Yeah. I don't know if it's saying he's the number 2 quarterback. I think he's just flexing. But you've already been 1 for 1 on your challenges tonight in terms of correct updated information. So you might be 2 for 2, man.
Just might be.
It just might be.
Because at the end of the day, it's like, and then back and track to Reese Verhoff right quick. He's only missed 1 field goal this year. So far, his longest has been from 49 yards.
I say that boy could kick for 55 easy.
I think he can hit about 55, 56. So at the end of the day, if you feel like you're in range enough, let the man kick it.
Let him kick. Let him
So
kick.
what I said, the worst that can happen is like somebody catches the short one and just takes it off and just takes off with it.
You know what we just realized? Of course, Kobe Pacer had the best game of the season on his birthday.
Oh yeah, it was his birthday.
he had the season high on his birthday. Good birthday present for you, dog. Wish we could have got that win for you.
True. I was saying they were so close too.
But right now, ain't no other Tar Heel birthdays set up as far as October. At least I haven't checked the recent roster because it's changing so much. So I don't know who's staying, who's going. I got to do a cleanup of that. But with all that being said, it is time for our favorite segment, which is time for our Tar Heels takeaway of the week. And sir, I believe it is you.
I didn't finish the keys to victory piece, but yeah, that's fine. It wasn't that big.
It was on the O-line, right?
Yeah, I'm about to say how they need to be able to block better, or how they were blocking better and Lopez looked more comfortable. Now, I said I kind of backed up. I kind of backtracked a little bit and talked more about Verhoff and only missing one field goal.
My fault.
I mean, we gotta say
go back to your keys to victory.
Yeah, all it was like just making sure, because they only gave up 1 sack against Cal, offensive line wise. So Lopez did look a little more comfortable in the pocket, and they said if they can continue to protect Lopez and Johnson, plus open running lanes, an upset isn't completely out of the question. Yeah, I saw that.
Core moment. Oh man. I mean, yeah, I feel like that's any good quarterback. Protect the QB, and you might be able to win. Hopefully.
Well, protect the QB, block well on then the run game. You might be able to win the game. You might win. There's a chance.
Just might.
So you say there's a chance.
Yes. And now I say it's time for the Tar Heel takeaway of the week. I think it's you this week to start. So I shall give you your solo. Hold up. How do I give him a solo? I wanted to give a solo. How do I give you a solo?
Oh, doesn't that have like the little person thing on the thing?
Oh, there it is. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Tar Heel takeaway of the week. Don't let nobody use your name to lie on somebody else. Don't even let them use your name to lie about you or anything that you do in your personal business. If you got to air them out, air them all the way out. Don't let them tell nobody else nothing about your business. They ain't got nothing to do with them. If they weren't included, that was for a reason. If you ain't talked to me, don't tell somebody you talked to me. If I ain't seen you, don't tell nobody you seen me. Because you ain't. I ain't seen you. I ain't talked to you. Don't go around using nobody's name to lie on nobody's people, their business, or nothing that includes you. Especially if you're using it for some kind of gain with other people. Don't do that. Lie on your own time. Lie about your own business. Don't lie about somebody else's. Because all I can tell you is, once I find out that you are, I'm going to let God handle it. Because if I handle it, I'm going to jail. Y'all stay blessed.
Who pissed you off?
I'll tell you later.
Oh, Lord. All right. All right. My Tar Heel takeaway of the week. Yo, and there's a reason I've been holding this all day, all episode. We potentially might just have one of the greatest superstar matchups in the World Series this year in recent history. Shohei Ohtani just had the greatest single game performance recently I have ever seen in a baseball game. Not only pitching 6 innings, giving up 0 runs, only 2 hits, and striking out 10 individuals, but then going 3 for 3 with 3 home runs. And not just, they skimmed the fence, they hit the foul pole. Nah, monster shots, moon shots. Then on the other side, you have Vladdy Guerrero Jr., baby Vlad, lead the Toronto Blue Jays back down from 3-2 to go beat the Seattle Mariners after they got smacked in Game 5, 10-3. Go and win at home, then go and win on the road in Seattle to advance to the World Series with Vlad Jr. winning ALCS MVP. I am seeing the son of a legend and perhaps the greatest, not even perhaps. Yeah, I'm going to say it, the greatest baseball player of all time. Go at it in the World Series this year. And it's really dope. You're either going to see a World Series championship in Toronto or you're about to see Shohei Ohtani get his World Series MVP trophy that he should have got last year. But shout out to Freddie Freeman. He was clutch last year, so he did deserve it last year. But Shohei Ohtani could potentially seal off his season with a World Series MVP, or Vlad Guerrero just might win a World Series championship in the country that his father started his career because his father was playing with the Montreal Expos. And that's when we first saw Vlad Jr. So, man, this World Series is about to be nice. If you ain't into baseball, now's the time to get into it, at least for this matchup. It's going to be a good one.
Future. But no. So
the future is here, old man. The future is now. But yeah, man, that's all I had to say about it. Like, I'm excited. I'm excited for this matchup. I really am.
I'm happy for you because I probably ain't gonna watch none of it.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You don't want to see Shohei potentially do something amazing like that again, or Vlad Jr.
Ain't about whether I want to see it or not. It's about whether I'm gonna remember to see it or not.
Dang, now you're gonna remember to see it,
bro. Like when I tell you this whole playoffs, I've literally just been finding out that the games have been going on due to notifications popping up through ESPN or Bleacher Report.
Tragic.
And then when I find out the game's been going on, the game has been over 15 minutes into me finding out. Like I ain't got time.
I will say this, another thing that I would like to see, and I think it's cool, is like if Vlad wins World Series, he will have done something that his dad didn't get to do. You know what I mean? I think that'd be really cool. I don't know what you're looking at, but man, you look concerned.
I am. Like, what you mean? I don't know where Gary be finding his stuff at, but I'm gonna need I need his feed confiscated.
You already said enough. So, with that being said, we're gonna get up out of here because we know if we start talking about that, FBI might come kick down this door.
Lord Jesus.
But y'all, stay safe, stay tuned. Hey, again, as always, please join us, y'all. Every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube. If you don't like our faces, you can always listen to us on Spotify, Apple Music, Anchor, I think maybe Amazon Podcast too, and every other listening platform that is out there. And be sure to follow us on social medias at Tornado McCray for me, at Ricebox_26 for him, because that is my dog, that is my co-host. We do this every week. We love doing this for y'all. Hope y'all are sharing these videos. Hope everybody is doing that. Thank you for always tuning in. We love you and appreciate you. But you got anything to say, my boy?
Now that's it. Y'all stay safe out in these streets. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.